Welcome to Heaving Bosoms, the podcast where two best friends recap romance novels while betraying each other like sneaky snakes.
Gonna love what we love, do it out loud. Stack our shelves with the clinches out. Shout it from the rooftop, can you hear the sound? Yeah. Live your best life, love it out loud. Love it out loud.
Hey HBs! This week we're finishing up Ne'er-Do-Well by Alexandra Vasti. But before that, I need to tell you about the bonus feed. This Friday, Sabrina and I are releasing a bonus episode in which we take some BuzzFeed quizzes together and chat about the journey. It takes us down some strange and fun roads. We've got some wonderful people in our Patreon community, and I get to shout out a few of them right now. Welcome, and thanks for being the most beautiful fellow gopher haters. Sammy G, Stephanie M, Regan T, Kate B. This week, we're back with the second half of Ne'er-Do-Well by Alexandra Vasti. At the end of our episode last week, our couple had just been caught making out on the floor by the entire dinner party, and as a result, Selene announced their very unexpected engagement. Here we go.
Hello again.
Hello, Benedict Arnold. Hello, Brutus.
How did I not know? I was like, do you know what if we did do banner, do you know what you would banner about? And you were like, oh yeah. And how did it not cross my mind that the stuffed gopher would be the banter?
Hey, listener, guess what? If you need a Gophergate update, turns out the call is also coming from outside the house. And it's fucking rude.
Listen, look, okay? Listen, Linda. I was asked my opinion, and I gave an opinion, okay? Uh-huh.
And then you colluded on sending me a package. A package from the wonderful BFF of the pod, Mary, maybe number one listener, Mary.
Honestly, I'm shocked that Mary still gets the number one listener, potentially, title after this level of betrayal.
I am not in the business of changing facts, Sabrina. I am not in the business of rewriting history to suit my own purposes. Mary's been with us since day one, and she's fucking wonderful. But god damn it, Mary, boy,
I will tell you, I don't have any regrets because I colluded, and you got a stuffed gopher, but I got crushed Oreo bits and one of those keychains that makes the whole world look like Twilight 2008 masterpiece.
Yes.
So I don't.
Oh my gosh.
I have no regrets.
No, I hear you. She sort of put a soothing balm on the treacherous gopher stuffed animal that was sent to me in the form of a family pack of Oreos. So, that was very kind of you, Mary. I appreciate your care in the presentation of this fucked up stuffed gopher, okay? But yeah, then Michael was home, and it was one of those times where he was like, what did you order now? Because sometimes I accidentally order things on, the Amazon account he doesn't see.
Accidentally.
Anyway, yeah, accidentally.
Oh no, my fingers slipped, and now I have two Amazon packages on the way. Okay.
Anyway, so I was like, I actually don't think I ordered anything, and I don't think I'm lying to me or you right now. Like I really don't think I ordered anything. And then I opened this bullshit up, and Michael immediately started snuggling with that gopher with the cheesiest, most
Those pictures
gross
were
smile on his face. Ugh.
that was one of the cutest pictures of Michael I've ever seen in my life. So
It's the smile of a traitor.
Mhm.
So
maybe that's why it's so cute.
anyway, best package I've gotten in a long time. Trolling is my love language a lot of times, so I also accept it as love.
I will say, I would like when I opened up my messages and it was Mary asking me to pick between like 5 different stuffed gophers. I did immediately start cackling.
Hilarious.
I had 0 questions about what the purpose was. I was like, oh man, I can't wait to hear about Melody's new housemate.
I want to be mad for the bit, but I really did laugh so hard.
I could see in the picture that you sent that you were trying really hard not to bust out laughing.
Trying so hard. Yeah.
Yeah. You might be able to fool like an extremely unobservant human being. You might be able to fool a rock.
Okay.
With the look on your face in that photo, but
Yeah.
everybody else, the rest of us knew that you were giggling. So there is that.
Oh boy, yeah. So, hey, listener, because of bullshit and other stuff, this, obviously, book has turned into week 2. So welcome to week 2 of Ne'er Duke Well. I have no regrets.
Yeah,
so there's
none.
that.
Yeah. This book, frankly, this book is. The book does still, in fact, exist. You can go read it yourself.
Should.
And if you enjoyed last week's episode, I hope that you went now and took a gander at it because the book is fantastic. In fact, so is the second book too. Second book equally as good.
Yeah. Loved the second book. Anyway, okay. So when we open up, they are officially betrothed as of like 30 minutes ago. And she has told him that she's going to show up at his house this evening because she has to tell him something.
And because she's a sneaky little snake of a old-timey history lady, she gets on her... Oh my God, it's so cute. Apparently she bribes her lady's maid with like treats and goodies.
And extra wages. But the most important part is this French pastries.
Well, this time around, though, the lady's like, you don't even have to pay me extra.
No.
I don't need anything. And then she pauses and she's like, actually, I will take the pastry, though, because my sister does love those pastries. But it was just very cute.
Very cute, yeah.
What's her name?
But also important to Emmy.
You remember? Okay.
Do I know her name? Is it Emmy?
I have no idea. It's just you remembered
or Emily
other
maybe.
Side characters, and so I was just curious.
This is a wild development.
I was just very curious where the steel trap ends.
Like how far it goes.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. How far down into the tangential characters it goes. Let's find out. So anyway, okay. And this is hilarious. Okay, so 2 things are very important to me that I found out in this scene. One is that because she's going out and like in a clandestine manner, she has to wear one of her like shitty dresses. It's a dress that is not fit for a duke's sister.
No, it's working class, like servant.
Yes.
Dress,
and one of the most important things about that is that it's a dress that does not require stays because she can't lace them up by herself. And she apparently doesn't make Emmy dress her for her clandestine activities, which make the happenings in the rest of this scene even better. And I just had to make a note of it.
Oh, I whimsied that hard. I was just like, yeah, you can do that position in whatever she's wearing.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
You can do that.
Alexandra Vasti specifically says she doesn't have to wear stays in this dress because she can't do them herself.
How many times did you read this book now?
Look, it might have been 3.
I was curious if you read it a third time since we last recorded.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have.
Mhm.
So, okay, she gets over there and runs into his, like, manservant. Really, he's his valet. It's not Henry, is it?
Mm-mm.
No? Okay, so that's apparently where
Okay.
my
Interesting.
tangential character knowledge
Interesting.
ends.
So you remember the upper crust, but not the serving class. Okay.
I remembered
well,
Emmy. Go shut your
I'm
face.
kidding. I'm kidding. Obviously, I'm joking.
Yeah. What is
Anyway.
his name, though?
I think it's like Hughes or Hayes or something like that.
Yeah, it's Hughes. I'm pretty sure. Or
Yeah,
Hugh.
it's one of those.
It's Hugh. You're totally right. So I was in the H range, you know?
Mhm.
That's
Oh
pretty
yeah,
good.
you were.
Pretty
Mhm.
good. I didn't say Pollyanna or something equally ridiculous.
I mean,
Anyway.
that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Mhm.
So anyway, she shows up and tries to get up to his rooms. And she's like,
Healthy ride or die. Just by healthy, loving ride or die here. Continue.
So she's like, the Duke's expecting me. And Hughes looks at her and he's like, I don't think so at all. Like, I really don't think so. And she's
Well,
like,
yeah, it's the middle of the night.
yeah. And she's like, look, man, I'm probably going to be running this shit soon. So, like, take me up to the Duke, please. And thank you. And now. And he's like, okay,
Hey.
I know a scary lady when I see one.
Hey, you remember how last week
Ooh.
we talked about earworms and songs?
Yeah.
Yeah, so long ago that we recorded
So
that.
long ago.
I'm really upset at your choice of words about 3 seconds ago because would you like
Scary
to know
lady.
the earworm that's stuck in my head now?
Yeah, I really would.
Take me out to the ball game.
Oh, that's great. Why, though?
Because you said take me to...
Please and thank you. And now? Take me to the Duke?
Yeah, and I don't know why, but my brain immediately was like, take me to Duke Peter. And like, 'cause, like usually like my brain just starts like, I just love
just start
like
riffing.
throwing. And yeah, so now as you're talking, I have the delightful soft, when I say soft, I mean loud, very loud in the back of my head. Take me out to the ball game.
Nice.
It's terrible. Continue.
Wowza. Yeah, so Hughes is like, don't worry, here we go. I'll escort you right there. And he takes her to, I don't think the Duke's bedchamber, but definitely his study.
Yeah, it's like his personal salon or something like that.
Yeah, it's an intimate one. This is all I
Mhm.
know. And so
And it's one that has
he-
like a big cozy armchair,
yeah,
importantly.
importantly.
Don't ask questions, listener. We'll explain.
Yeah, exactly. Just hold your fucking horses. Keep your
Mhm.
pants on. They can come off in a minute. Not now,
Mhm.
though.
Mhm.
So he comes out and he is equally bewildered because apparently when she said, I'll come to your house tonight, he didn't take her literally, I guess. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But she's like, this is actually a really good, vote of confidence for my future husband because it really seems like women do not arrive here in the middle of the night on a frequent
Mhm.
basis. So he takes her into that salon and she's like, Peter, I have to tell you something. And it's bad. It's horrible. And if you don't want to marry me after this, I want you to know that you're under no obligation whatsoever because it is so terrible that you didn't know about it. And so you would be betrothing yourself under false pretenses, essentially.
By the way, there's no way that this man was not sitting there thinking, skin suits. She has a closet full of skin suits.
What? No.
She makes it out like this is the worst possible thing ever.
Yeah, but she's an England Times lady, like an upper crust lady. He
ver-
probably thinks to himself, she's not a virgin, maybe. Although he wouldn't care.
Yeah, no, but that's what I'm saying. Like, all of the normal things that an England Times dookie boy would be like gasp about,
Yes.
he's not going to give a shit about. And there's no way that this bananas little gremlin of a human being is not like going to the most insane possible thing. He's like, oh my God.
You know what?
You
You're
bathe
right.
in the blood of working class women to stay young.
Of
You're secretly
virgins.
150.
Yeah. You're doing that fictional Batavian Duchess
Fictional-
thing.
Ish.
Fictional-ish, yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, like, she was real.
Yes.
Batavian? That's not right. Romanian? I think Romanian.
I mean, they're the most attractive people ever in the whole world.
I'll go
So
with you there.
probably.
Sure.
Don't you remember?
Why not?
That was
Yes, a Romanian count.
Yeah.
Is what it was. Is that why I've come up with a Romanian countess? Is that the
I don't
just
think
said.
so. I mean, she was definitely from that genre of the world.
She's from an Eastern European country for sure.
Genre of the world. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna just
Category.
live there. That's how I live. You
It's too late for this, honestly.
You know what? It doesn't matter. Ultimately, she was definitely from one of the 7 islands on this planet.
That's right, Georgiana. Absolutely. So, yeah. What? That's a hat. I have identified a hat. Okay, so she looks at him and she's like, you know, that circulating library that talks a lot about clitorises. And he's like, vaguely? Is that like the, the emerald bound books one? And she's like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, I've heard of it. She's like, well, I run it. I am a duke's sister who engages in trade. And then also has curated an entire library for women to learn about.
Revolutionized the entire women's movement of the
and
early
sexual
1800s.
education.
Yeah, and sexual education for the early 1800s. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I say like
Absolutely.
partially the women's movement because she does also like we find this out more in the second book. But she like the Belvoir Library also like has pamphlets that they give out for like political radicals and like things like that. So it's like she's literally revolutionizing politics and sexual education and just look at all of the things that those touch,
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Yeah.
So anyway.
And he is delighted. He's got this big old smile on his face and he's like, Selena, that is so impressive. That's incredible. What an amazing thing you do. And she's like, Peter, no, focus. Think about the children. If this scandal were to get out, like, we would never be able to bring Lou out in society. And he's like,
I don't think
"The
Lou
fuck?"
wants to go out in society.
Yeah. There's no way Lou's ever going to allow us to make her a debutante. That's not happening.
Lou is definitely more likely to take over a small series of islands somewhere, actual islands, not the big islands they call continents.
Sure.
Yeah. Like she's more likely to go take over like Scotland. Or
she's more likely to become a privateer, like they talk about later on. Like Lou is rad and not in the debutante way, So he's like, I see no problem with this. And she's like, but you would be ruined. And he's like, then we can be ruined together.
Hey, this is just, just a soft call into the void.
Okay.
Alexandra Vasti.
Yeah.
If you're listening. I know Melody and I have already expressed our interest in a 4th book involving Iris.
Yeah.
But if you felt like doing a spin-off
gen.
series, spin-off series that's the second generation, because I would never say no to
a Lou book,
a Lou book, a Freddie, a Freddie book. I would love a Freddie book.
Love a Freddie book.
I feel like there is
I feel
space
like Lou...
for a Daphne and Nicholas's children book.
Oh, sure.
There's just a lot of options here.
You've made a lot of space for yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you would like to claim that space, you let us know.
And just, polite. Just lay it softly. This is just letting you know that their interest exists.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue, Mel.
You know what I also think, in addition to privateering, I feel like Lou has a future as a
the
manager.
first female prime minister? Oh,
Well,
sorry,
sure.
continue.
Sure, but mostly a manager for like a competitive pugilist. You know? I feel like Lou would nail that. Nail that ish.
I don't remember any of the details, but there was a protest at some point that involved maybe women's rights or women's suffrage of some flavor that happened sometime between 1870 and 1970.
No.
On a podcast that I listened to that I learned about, where there was a group of women that were essentially the muscle,
Hot.
for other women, and they knew how to do either kung fu or judo.
Okay.
Or some flavor of martial arts. That's what
yeah.
they were explicitly trained in, so they could whoop ass without weapons.
I'm highly interested in this subject.
Yeah, I'll need to go find the episode.
Please.
And
We'll link
share
it in the
with
show
you.
notes if Sabrina or
if
I can
fit.
find it.
I mean, to be fair, I'm catching up on this podcast right now while I do other things, which means I have gone through about 100 hours of podcasts in the last month. So like,
but
I don't know
which podcast it is. That's the best start. All you have to do is look through the back
podcast I've been
catalog.
listening to that's not fiction.
Oh, okay. Oh.
Anyway,
right.
yeah, but yeah. So Lou, I could see Lou doing that.
Absolutely. Yes.
Lou would be
With her
very
little
happy.
rapier.
Lou would be very happy to be the muscle in women's rights in general, but also explicitly as it corresponds to being allowed to have weaponry in public.
Quite. Yeah, most definitely.
Continue.
So he's delighted. He's like, wedding is still on. I don't want, because she's like, I am a liability. And I know that you're doing this because you want to get the children. And he's like,
also
okay,
because
well, point of
otherwise she's
order.
ruined.
Well, no, but even before that, he makes sure to be like, hey, just FYI, that is not the first reason I'm doing this anymore. Like, if you were any other lady, yes, that would be the one, maybe only reason that I'm marrying you.
But that's because I was saying that's what's Selena, in her head.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But because you're Selena, I'm marrying you chiefly because you're the best. And I will just try my very hardest to be good enough for you the rest of my life.
Oh my God, it's so cute. And then he finds out, though, that he's like, but do you want to marry me? Because I'll let you out of this. And she's like, yeah, I do. And he's like, but you said no.
Yeah.
And she's like, I did it to save you.
Yeah, it's
and
not
protect
that I don't want
you.
you. I do want you, Peter. And then his eyes get all hot and stormy, And ooh, it's on TM, okay? So they start making out hard. And then he starts undoing the bodice of her dress that doesn't require stays. And so her boobs flop right out.
It's getting a little nipply up in here,
Oh, yeah, it is. Oh, yeah. She gets her first tongue on a nipple in her whole life. And wow, it's a new revelation for her that is, I would say, fundamental,
I don't remember super vividly, but I think that there's definitely some, like, touching. And then oh my God, I do remember this, though. He does touch her intimately.
He finger bangs her. What?
Yes.
And then he what?
Very importantly, he licks his fingers at some point in this.
Right in her face. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
while she's in his lap, because he's sitting on a chair.
In her mouth.
Oh, does he feed her? I know that somebody licks her cum off of his
like
fingers.
That. Yeah. I think it's
no,
like
because
that.
No. I remember when she tastes her own cum in the office scene.
Oh,
when she's teasing him.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he discovers that she really likes it when he tells her what he's going to do to her. And he's being like, you're so beautiful and like you're perfect and you're all the bullshit. Like it's so good. She comes like a freight
he's like,
train.
you're so wet for me. And when like I finally penetrate you, like she's so into it. And like, fair.
And whomst among us?
Same, girl.
Come on.
We're only human, you know?
Yeah.
We're only human. We're only horny. Okay?
That's right. So then he's like, I'll have the carriage brought around and then I'll take you home.
No.
And she's like, Peter.
Whoa.
No.
Whoa.
That.
Please fucking
No.
hold.
I'm sitting down.
Because I highlighted this whole set of things because I was cackling so fucking hard because as you stated, I will restate, whomst among us. Okay?
Oh, yeah, please.
Because she comes on his lap. Her heartbeat was slowing now, but she could still feel Peter's thudding sharp and strong against her back. His muscles were tight, even as his murmured approbations were soft and easy. Oh, dear Lord. She had, and he hadn't. What was she supposed to do? How was she meant to approach it? She had seen references to licking, stroking, larking, whatever that meant. But how did she do it? And now that he knew about Belvoirs, would he expect her to be good at it? Belvoirs. Thank God she had Belvoirs and at least 7 key volumes from the Venus catalog secreted in her bedroom, plus another several dozen in her office at the library. She needed books. She needed detailed descriptions and full-page illustrations and possibly a series of diagrams if such a thing existed.
Yes.
And then, listener, she does promptly hop off his lap, and he's just left there with a raging boner. Yeah. Confused as all hell because she like launches off and starts doing up her dress and she's like, well, that was fun.
Nice.
We'll figure out the wedding stuff and have a good evening. I'm going home now.
It was good.
Delightful. And like, frankly, okay, Melody. So I recently had a date / an experience.
Okay.
And I had a very similar experience because like, I'm not going to say I've had a lot of sex, but I'm not going to say I haven't had a lot of sex with, you know what I mean? You know?
Sure.
And I realized, what do you do with a dry penis?
What?
I realized.
What?
But I'm not going to put my hand on your penis and then put it in my mouth.
Right. Yeah.
And
lube?
We're not familiar enough when you're like frotting on the couch, you know?
Okay.
On a new day. Well, so specifically a new person, right? So it's like we've discussed safe sex and all that jazz and like where we stand as far as everything is concerned, but also like I don't know you well enough, right? Like that's a level. And I realized that I'm extremely skilled at vaginas. Okay. When you're at that point of sexy times. But I suddenly realized that I've never played with penises that have not already been somewhere wet.
Sure.
Like I grabbed on and I had a record scratch moment, Melody, where I went, this isn't self-lubricating. This feels like I'm going to rip. This feels like I'm going to rip your fucking skin off. Why is your dick so dry? The answer is penises are dry.
Yeah.
Shockingly.
I know.
And it never had crossed my mind. Until that moment. And I went, oh no, I am out of my realm of expertise. Anyway.
So you spat on
listener, it? Heaving Bosoms podcast at gmail.com if you have, thoughts on what to do with a dry penis. No.
Yeah.
I didn't spit on it. We just ended up frauding and all of that jazz. It was lots of fun.
Okay, fair enough.
But anyway.
Yeah, let us know what you do with a penis if it's dry. I mean, my answer is lube or spit. I think that's my answer.
Yeah, I would have done lube, but there was no lube. It wasn't my house,
Yeah.
And so it wasn't just like natural to reach over and, open. I don't know where other people keep all of their secret lube stashes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay, so now it's wedding times almost. They're like getting ready for the wedding, but because it's so last minute, like everything is costing a fortune. In order to get the date of the wedding that they want at the church that they want, they have to donate a stained glass window and send the couple who originally had that date booked on a European honeymoon in order to, like, you know, make it okay for them to usurp that date. Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, and then like her
By the
dress,
way, I could think though is like a European, like honeymoons in that time for like the upper crust and like the fucking taunt are like 3 months long. They go on like a continental tour. I was like,
yeah,
God damn, that's all expensive fucking bribery.
I know. I mean, yeah, that's when it's expensive to a duke. Like,
yeah,
that's a whole different ball game that I don't even think I can fathom. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, if it seems expensive to a billionaire, I don't know how to compute that in any tangible way.
It's definitely more than, it would definitely be more expensive than like 100 people's and like lifetime earnings. The average person in the US's average lifetime earnings does not reach over, like, I think it was a little horrifying to learn. It was like something like 1.6 or 1.7 million or something like that, like the average person in this country. Yeah. And so like expensive to a billionaire. Horrifying.
I mean, for example,
that's a lot of fucking money.
That's too much money. For example, she says that her gown is, because it's being made in the 10th of the amount of time it would normally take, the seamstress is charging them 30 times more than a fancy-ass gown would cost regularly. That's banana town bonkers, Sabrina.
So I did clock that because I did think to myself, how much would an extremely expensive wedding dress cost? And then I couldn't bring myself to Google it in modern day money because I just didn't want to know. But now I'm asking you, how much do you think that would be? Not the 30 times, but like an expensive wedding gown.
Well, like
at just base cost.
I'm not a great person to ask this, but I think a Vera Wang could get you like a $30,000.
That's.
I feel like a say yes to the dress, like a regular ass person has spent a cool $12,000 on their wedding dress.
Mm-hmm.
So
wow,
yeah.
Okay. So 30K
for the record,
times.
I spent. No, I can't do that math. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that for anybody.
It's a lot. It's $900,000.
It's $900,000 is what it is, and I refuse that. I won't. But I am also the person who spent $350 on my wedding dress.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because I got it. It was like the equivalent of like a Poshmark, you know? Like somebody else owned it and then they were reselling it. I don't think it was ever worn, although if it was, more power to you. But yeah, it was originally like an $800 or $900 dress maybe, and I got it for $350. Great job.
That's
Melody.
amazing.
Great job. Thank you.
Having a little main character moment. Love that.
I am, yeah. Check me out. Look at me go. All right. Also, she gets a crimson dress for Lou. And that was one of those moments where I was like, Selena, you're a good egg. You're a good egg. You're letting Lou be Lou.
Well, it's because Selena sees Lou.
Yeah.
Selena sees Lou and lets Lou be Lou, and it's really sweet.
It's really sweet. And now it's wedding times, and the way that the wedding chapter opens is Peter thinking to himself, they were a force of nature, not in the bedroom. He didn't know anything about, like, what they would be in the bedroom, not that he hadn't thought about it for every waking moment over the past however many days. But he didn't know yet whether or not they would be a force in the bedroom, and so he had to think to himself, we're a force of nature in other places, too. And right now, they're rolling up to his house for the first time.
This man is battling a boner for the rest of the book. I just need you to be aware of that, listener. Like, every single thing that happens in the rest of this book that we talk about, just know that this man is secretly in his pantaloons going, chill out. Because he thinks literally everything that Selena does is the sexiest thing that's ever existed.
Including, but not limited to, the scratching of her quill upon parchment at one point in the book. Just the sound. The ASMR of her writing lists.
Hey.
I'm not throwing stones, for the record.
Okay, I was going to say, do not besmirch the sexiness of somebody writing. It a competence boner to the extreme. Okay?
Absolutely. Especially when you're also reading, while you're simultaneously reading their sexy marginalia.
Erotica.
Marginalia, Sabrina?
That's
specifically
a erotic word.
I know, right?
Marginalia.
Yeah. And it just means the notes you write in the margins. That's a sexy Chewbacca situation.
That's a sexy. Yeah, that's a sexy Chewbacca for sure. Anyway, is that a prompt this year? Chewbacca
I think
pinup?
so. Yeah, Chewbacca pinup. So they go to the house and he's all of a sudden frozen and very nervous. And she's like, Peter, what's going on? And he's like,
hey, I live in a bachelor pad. I have a mattress on the floor, which means I'm going to dick you down real good.
Yeah.
Probably the best sex of your life. But also, I don't have a headboard. The mattress is on the floor. This is actually just an extremely large, unfinished fan of a home.
Yes. Yeah. This is just truly
so
a shell of a mansion.
And she's like, well, what about your servants? And he's like, you mean
funny
my
you
cook
should ask.
and Hughes?
That's all I got.
And she is waiting. He's like, cook, maid, valet. That's all you need, right?
Uh-huh. And she's like, oh, okay. And when she walks in, there are darker places on the wallpaper where paintings used to hang, so there isn't as much sun damage.
And oh my God, this is so funny to me. The reason that there's nothing in this house is the last decade that this house in England or London existed when his father was Duke. He rented it. And when people rented it, they would just leave with the furniture. One of the only reasons that the master bedroom, the Duke's bedroom, still has a bed, a bed frame, is because it was clearly built in that room.
There was
and
no
could
moving
not be taken apart to remove it from the home. Oh my God, it's so funny. And oh my God, Selena, this competent badass, rolls in, looks around, and she's like, okay, all right, Emmy, tomorrow we're gonna go find help, and we're gonna go shopping, and the Duke and I are going to share a bedroom. And it's
everyone
fine.
is aghast, including the Duke, but he is delighted as well. He's like, how have I hit the jackpot with my wife? She wants to sleep with me? That's incredible, he thinks to himself. He's so excited. I bet she doesn't snore, though, you know? Sabrina, I taped my mouth shut last night, and then I nose snored. Why, though?
I don't have an answer for you, Melody. Oh my God, Melody, I found out that it's a thing. I didn't realize that was a normal, common thing.
What?
To tape your mouth shut. I thought
it?
I had never heard of people doing that. Yes, I found out that 3 of my friends do it. There's special tapes that you can buy and wear.
Oh.
So for example, there are some that are little X's that are skin set, and they do the thing. The most horrifying one though is in fact it covers your entire mouth like a mask.
Yeah.
And then there's this little hole in the center for a straw. I don't like it. I don't like it. That's too uncanny valley for me.
I don't have that phobia of holes, but I think looking at that would give me the phobia of holes.
It's not a hole phobia.
No, I know.
It's not a hole phobia at all. Same. Literally the minute I imagined it, I was just like, no, actually.
Okay, so there's specialty tape. That's good to know because I did just bring the Scotch tape from my office to my bedroom.
Wait,
I've
you
been
used
doing that real
Scotch
good.
tape instead
What
of
else
medical tape? Duct tape? How about the tape that you can put on your body for injuries? That's skin safe.
Yeah.
It's in every first aid kit, Mel.
Is it? Is it useful? Like, is it really gonna stick all night, though? Because shockingly, the Scotch does. I just can't put, like, my moisturizer on that particular place on my face. I've been scotching it up hard.
God.
Look, it was an experiment.
Okay, I'm gonna... My friend sent me the link for the ones that they use. I'm gonna send that to you. I think it sounds like you could use it.
Well, it sounds like it doesn't fucking matter. Listener, the behind the scenes of this, the inside baseball situation here is that I saw on the second season of The Queer Ultimatum a conversation in which one lesbian said to the other one, "Do you snore?" And the other lesbian said, "No, but I do tape my mouth shut." And I thought, oh my God, I can stop being a sleep terrorist to Michael because it's like a new thing that's been happening with me, and it's really annoying for everyone involved. So I was like, I'm going to try this newfangled thing that apparently is common practice in certain circles. Check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, please don't send me the one with a hole in it, because at the very least, the hole is going to be too small for my Camelback.
Have we talked about the fact that you keep a Camelback next to your bed before?
I don't know.
Is this like a gerbil situation? You can
What
just
does
like
that
lean
mean?
your head over and just like lean your head over and be like,
Normally,
just like take a chomp and suck it down. Like, do you have it hanging from above like a gerbil water IV?
Yeah, I did a whole rigging system. No, normally I like crane my head up and drink, and then I put it down and lay back down.
The way that you were just saying drink made me think milk.
Milk.
Milk. It's been a while since we had a milk.
Man, when is that 5th book going to come out? You know what I mean?
Shush.
Anyway.
I know. I've been...
It's fine.
It's fine.
No pressure.
It's
Lily
fine.
Lane. Everything's fine over here.
This entire episode is just a soft beseeching to a couple of authors that we really love, you know?
Yeah.
While we're at it, I'm looking forward to if/when you ever come back, Susan Trombley, you know? Just
Yeah.
I'll throw that out there while we're talking about authors that we love and books that we can't wait for, you know? Anyway,
Right.
moving on.
So they're like going through their day, and he's like, it's so weird that we haven't boned yet, you know, but also totally understandable. We've been doing things. We had to eat lunch, you know, a whole deal. And then he's walking around the house and he hears someone sobbing in the portrait room situation. He thinks to himself that he thought rather uncharitably that he hoped that it was her maid or someone else, but it's not. It is, in fact, Selena, his new bride.
Oh my God. And when he walks in there, he's like, Selena, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry that I don't have furniture. And I'm sorry that
my
the
house
house is
a nightmare.
empty.
I'm sorry that being married to me is already terrible. You know, I thought maybe it would be okay at this point.
He has gassed at her flabbers so hard that she is like mid-cry and like still tearing up, looks at him, and she's like, you think I'm crying about the lack of furniture? And he's like, well, obviously.
Yeah, and he's like,
She's
and it's not just the furniture, it's what it represents, which is that I'm a hot mess and you shouldn't be married to me because you're way too good for me, is what he's thinking.
Yeah.
And she's like, the furniture is just stuff we can get. That's no problem. My issue is that my twin brother wasn't here for my wedding, and I also wasn't there for his wedding, and I really miss him today. And then Peter has the revolutionary thought that, oh my God, not everything is about me. And this makes me even more of a shitbag. That my first
like
assumption...
if you're gonna feel bad about anything, Peter Kent, Duke of Stanhope, it's that. You've landed on the thing. It's like
so
really
funny.
The only thing you've done in this entire book that you might need to apologize for is in fact this. Buddy, the furniture is fine. You're richer than Croesus. Like, it's fine.
Yeah.
Come on, buddy.
She'll have all the perfect things in 2 days. It's cool. Yeah, so then they start canoodling on against the wall, and it's hot. And then I think, finger bangs her again, and she's like, "Oh my God, that's the second orgasm of my life. Incredible." And then he says, "Selena, let me take you up to our bed." And she says, "No, I need you here." And then he says to her, but more to himself, gentle, I'll be gentle with you. And then they dick down right there against the wall.
Hilariously.
Yeah.
Hilariously. While this is happening, okay, a couple of things happen. Her head pushed back hard into the unforgiving plaster. By the way, because he does go up on her in this scene.
Yes.
Peter, she choked out. What are you doing? He lifted his head. His eyes were dark and heavy lidded.
That's so funny.
Pleasing my wife, I hope. You're doing it wrong. His lips curved and curved until he laughed. God, he said, God, I'm mad for you. Hold fast, and then we'll see who's wrong. Because she's like, what are you doing putting your mouth on me? And it's delightful and adorable, and I loved every second of it.
And after she comes like a freight train, she does in fact concede that he was not wrong. She was wrong.
Also, then hilariously, after that, he's, standing back up. He tastes like her. They're making out against this portrait gallery wall again. And then she's like, man, I really want to get my hand on that dick, bro. And I guess they never really, I was just thinking, I was like, yeah, they didn't discuss how to handle a dry penis,
There was no instructional portion of this scene for poor old Sabrina.
Yeah, where's my Belvoir's librry?
Poor old Sabrina. Yeah. It's not like you have access to the entire internet.
The internet, yeah. Oh my God. Now I almost want to know what Google AI has to say about what to do with a dry penis.
No. Yeah, that's mildly terrifying.
Google AI is egregious, but I can only imagine. Only imagine. Anyway, so she's like, oh, stupid garment. All of the books that I read to prepare for this, and I can't even get these pants off. And he's like, he's like, don't worry about it, because he's giggling. He starts giggling into her neck.
She's
she's like, don't you laugh at me. And he's like, no, I'm thanking Providence for this delay so I don't spend in my smalls. They're just so cute together, listener.
So cute.
And then he's like, we should go upstairs. And she's like, oh, Melody, I have the quote for you.
Yes.
Because he says, now we should go upstairs. No, the door is open. It's a good thing you have no staff. And then he looks at her and he says, you want this here? And she says, I want you here.
Oh.
And he's like, slow, he said, as if to himself, as he looked down at her small, high breasts at his caught in her hands. I will take you so slowly. She pressed her back into the wall, lifting her leg around his waist. I will make you ready for me, wet and desperate and greedy for my cock. She wasn't shocked by the frank speech, but she was shocked by how much the words thrilled her. And his palm and then he cups her and she's all wet because of what he's saying. And he says, do you like that? His breath was hot in her ear. When I tell you what I'm going to do to you.
Ooh.
And it's great.
Hard yes.
No notes. It's fantastic. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
then he does put
they end up having sex against the wall.
Great Uncle Fester's face.
How do you... It's not Fester, but that's close. What? It's Francis. Yes. I'm just... You're really a steady in contradictions, Mel,
Don't I ever. Don't I ever know that.
You are just such a fascinating little creature,
Thank you.
Sometimes, I wish I could, how sometimes you, meet somebody or you read a book or something and you're like, wow, what I wouldn't give to just, dig around in your brain for a second, Just, a glimpse. And, I would love just to, peek the top of your brain open, your skull open and just,
check out how things are running in there. Ooh, terrifying. Anyway, so now they're living life and stuff. So we get a few different things. I think the most important thing next is that the children just show up, right?
The next morning, yeah. They're in bed and they're actually about to bone down again. And then they end up showing up. Like, Hughes is, like, knocking on the door, and Peter's like, go away. And he's like,
away.
I don't think you want me to do that. And he's like, go away. And he's like,
something
the children
is actually
are
on
here.
fire. And he's like, well, Lou might set something on fire.
Yes. And it's so cute because, like, they scramble to get downstairs. And she's also, this was so funny to me because she's like, oh, he's looking for his smalls. And then he just whips his trousers on. And she's like, how have I been in charge of the Belvoir Venus catalog for this long? And it's never occurred to me that men sometimes just walk around with no underwear.
Yeah, I didn't know that
They're
it was
just
a possibility
flapping about.
that there could just be men out there with no small clothes on.
Which is fascinating. It's so fast. That's just so funny to me because, like, ma'am, based on this time period, if I'm remembering correctly, I'm pretty sure you have split pants under.
Ladies are just pussy out. Yeah.
Your dress. Yeah, like, I'm pretty sure, like, you have some flavor of, like, undergarment on, but there's just a giant slit down the middle.
Yeah, the security's not great in that area for them. You know?
Yeah. It's just fascinating.
Security's pretty lax with their undergarments.
So anyway, they do. And oh my God, Selena takes it all in hand so well because she's just like immediately, she's like, oh, we were about to go shopping and now you're here. And so you get to have an input on your bedrooms.
But just to make sure that listener knows, the kids show up because Great Aunt Batilda died. And so they don't have a state-sanctioned caregiver anymore. And so they were like, and so we came here because we didn't know where else to go. And
hey,
Selena's thing, yeah.
I found where the line is drawn.
Is it? Is it Great Aunt Rosamond? Is that her name?
Yep. That's exactly her name.
Yeah!
Batilda.
Look.
That's a bold first option.
Is that a name?
Like, that is Batilda?
Yeah. I feel like it might not be a name. I know Matilda is. And I know
Matilda
Belinda is.
Belinda is.
I don't actually know that Batilda is.
You know what? I don't know that Batilda is a name. You continue. I'm going to do some quick and fast research on that.
Okay. Yeah, please tell me what Google AI says. Anyway, so
I don't use Google. I'll have to.
I know you have it turned off. La la la. I know. So Selena is talking to him, and she's like, "Peter, this is a really good thing because they came to you of their own volition. That's going to look great in the Chancery Court." Is Batilda a name?
Apparently, Batilda is a name. It's Germanic, according to thebump.com.
Oh, hey.
The origin is German, and it means woman warrior.
Oh, wow.
Batilda as a girl's name is of old German origin, and the meaning of Batilda is woman warrior, and the variations are, B-A-T-H and B-A-T.
Nice. Cool. All right, well, that's good to know. Good to know.
Wow. Critical information for this book, for context.
Incredibly important. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. So they do all this shopping stuff. Lou is trying to be an asshole about it and, like, be snotty with Selena. And Selena is just, like, really kind about it because she understands where, like, all of the claws are coming from when it comes to Lou. Mm-hmm. She's feeling really insecure. She doesn't know what to do, and so she's lashing out. Meanwhile, Freddie is like, Lou, God, keep it together. Like, just get excited about side tables. God.
All I can do is think about, like, the antics they would get up to together in their books, Mm-hmm. Oh, so cute. Anyway.
So then the next important thing that happens is that the Chancery Court is delayed. It's delayed 2 weeks, that the court date, because there's, like, some sort of backup. And he walks into the room, obviously a little bit worried. And everybody's like, what's the matter? And Freddie's like, did they say we have to leave? And he's like, you never have to leave. But he also knows that he shouldn't actually be making that promise. And she's also
there's not a problem with him making that promise, though, because he's already decided that, like, one of the options here is to just kidnap his own siblings and go back to New Orleans. Like, he's like, I'll give up my seat. I don't want to be Duke necessarily. Like, I like that I can make a difference in this world.
But that's the only reason I
the
want the
status
seat.
that I have.
Yeah.
But, like, ultimately, I'll choose my siblings. You know?
Yeah.
Like, oh.
It's very true. I mean, not to mention that, like, not for nothing, even if they lived with Great Aunt Rosamond or Batilda or, you know, whoever else, he can still pay for them to go to Eton or whatever, you know?
All I could think during this entire thing, though, was like, you think Great Aunt Rosamond would say no to moving in with a Duke?
Right?
And
Also
having
that.
all of her whims catered to?
Yeah.
Like, we don't ever meet Great Aunt Rosamond on page, so, like, maybe she wouldn't be interested in that, but, like...
Yeah, like, I don't think that Peter's understanding how far money can go when you're a billionaire. Anyway.
Yeah.
So the reason that they're worried about this is because people have still been sort of snooping around about Belvoirs. And they've also started connecting her older brother, the Duke of Roland, Nicholas, to Belvoirs. And his political rivals are telling people that he's, like, distributing seditious pamphlets through this library. And so she's like, a 2-week delay is a lot of time for my secret to either come out or me to be forced to come
ruin
out.
my brother's life. Yeah.
Yeah, so that my brother's life doesn't get ruined.
Please hold.
Yeah.
Extremely importantly, we don't need to go super into detail here.
Mhm.
Freddie gets sick. He gets pneumonia, but we don't know it's pneumonia yet. But he has pneumonia, and we learn...
Oh, no, I think we do have to get into that.
So, like, they get ponies for as a present, and they're, like, out and about, and then he ends up collapsing, and Selena ends up taking charge. He's a mess. He is distraught and broken and lost.
He immediately goes, like, almost catatonic.
Yes.
And they send Lou to go stay with Aunt Judith and Thomason, just in case it's contagious.
Yes, and I know we already talked about this last episode, about him and his half-brother named...
Morgan.
I think
that's right. I think that really is right. I'm a cool 97% that that's correct. Morgan, his brother Morgan. Am I right?
Oh my God.
You should see the look of just, like, impressed.
You're like 9 out of 10 on side characters.
Yeah, I don't understand what's happening. I'm just, like, cooking with gas over here. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, this was just a really touching scene because the way that this impacts the relationship in this book, though, is he ends up being fine. He ends up being taken care of, and he refuses to leave his, like, Freddie's side and all of those things.
Right.
Like, Selena brings in a doctor. It's Lydia's brother. He is like, this kid has pneumonia. I'm not going to bleed him.
Yeah. He's a good doctor. Who
like, he's not going to George Washington this kid to death. And so Freddie's recovering. And then at the end of it, he looks at Selena and he's like, I'm I'm such a waste of space because you took care of everything, and I just sat here like a lump and refused to leave my brother's side. And she's like, that was your job. This is what it means to have a partner in life, though, is that, like, we both work to our strengths. My strength is logistics and making things happen, and your strength is you. Loving your family so much and the people who are important to you, and just an endless well of support and adoration for the...
Yeah, and even if you don't see strengths in that moment, it's still a situation where one partner swings in with the other one, and then the next situation probably needs the other partner's strengths. And we find out that that's exactly what happens, because she's really worried about her secret getting out. And on the sly, she's, like, bought a cottage in Cornwall. She's bought herself a cottage for ruined ladies in Cornwall, as far away as she can go.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And the secret plan is, like, if it comes out, then Peter can publicly disavow her and look better for the chancery hearing.
she ends up coming to him actually, and she's like, actually, you should get ahead of it and come out as having disavowed me already.
Yeah.
You should be the one to like drop the knowledge that I'm in charge of Belvoirs and I'm enabling sexual education in the ton.
Right.
And
he's like before he knows about like the secret cottage or whatever, he is like, well, I mean, when do you want me to get the carriage ready? Because I imagine you probably want to like do some investigation like in the roles of Belvoir, right? Like you want to go through the roles of memberships and see who you might think would do this to you. And she's like, yeah, actually, I probably would. And so they go over to Belvoir's together because he's never been there. And he like kind of wants to see what this whole thing is. Oh my God. When she's telling him, when she's like trying to get him to get serious about the fact that they're like up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, she's like, no. Really think about this, Peter. Like, people will find out that your wife procures texts for sexual relations and like runs a trade library. And he looks at her and he goes, well, it sounds like so bad when you use the term procures. She's like, focus. God damn it, Peter.
You fascinate me.
Why? Again?
I was just reading the quote along with you.
Oh.
The quote that you were reading
I didn't
from
nail
inside
it.
of your brain parts.
I didn't nail it, though. I was off. I had to have been off.
Yeah, but also,
but not.
Yeah. You were off in the same way that, I'll put it this way, you weren't Batilda Rosmond off, you know?
Okay, yes. I was more like Henry Hughes off.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. That makes sense. Yeah.
I will say, though, this one interaction, I just need to read you the quote because it's one of the cutest, funniest things. He pulled back and framed one breast in the curve between his thumb and forefinger. You have, he said conversationally, stupendous bubbies. She twisted her fingers into his hair. Don't tease. I assure you I'm not. I've spent a great deal of time thinking on them. She blinked at him, dark brows drawing together. I have seen engravings, Peter. They are too small for larking. Now is his turn for bemusement. For what?
What?
For larking. At his expression, she paused. Is that not a common activity? I couldn't say. I don't know what that is. To put a man's member between one's breast and... She gazed up at him, her cheeks growing pink. Never mind.
Never mind.
He could not speak. All the blood had drained from his head. She was still talking. Blast it all, Belvoirs. So hard to know what is usual and what is not. She shot him a look of concern. But flogging? That's surely not usual. Is it? Flogging? Evidently he could speak, though his voice seemed to have attained an unusual register. Selena ground her teeth. No, obviously not. Damn you, Jean Levantil, and your peculiar interests. He tried manfully not to laugh. Are you interested in flogging, wife? Of course not. No. Her flush deepened. I suppose I don't know. Oh my God. He gathered her into his arms and fell back onto the bed. I beg you, tell me every last thing that you've seen in image or text that's intrigued you. I'm not sure there's time. He groaned. You cannot imagine what you do to me.
Oh.
And it's so fun. I was cackling.
It's so good.
Because, like, oh man, it doesn't have to be 1815 for conversations like that to happen at all. And it's always so funny where you're talking to somebody and you're just like, you're talking about things. And then you're like, oh, is that not...
Is my
that's
meter
pretty
broken?
Yeah, that, like, you don't really realize how broken your meter is until you start talking to somebody, and then you're like talking about something like that's just an everyday occurrence, and they're like, I'm so fucking sorry. What?
Pardon?
What is it that people do? Pardon?
Pardon.
And you're like,
that's where we're going to stop for today. We'll be back tomorrow for the final section of this book. Heaving Bosoms is produced by us, Melody Carlisle and Sabrina Bradley. Editing is done by me, Melody Carlisle. Our theme music is by the incredible singer-songwriter Brittany Fonts, and our art is by the ultra-talented author Kate Pryor. If you like our show, remember to follow us on your favorite podcast app, rate us 5 stars, and leave a review. That one small action is a huge way to help the show. If you want to get in touch with us for advertising inquiries or anything else, you can email us at heavingbosomspodcast@gmail.com. If you want more of us, visit patreon.com/heavingbosomspodcast. You can also find us on Instagram at Heaving Bosoms, on TikTok at Heaving_Bosoms, and in our Facebook group, the Heaving Bosoms Geriatric Friendship Cult. See you tomorrow.